What's up, guys? Andres from the Strong Family Money Show. This is episode 3 of Business School 101. So, today's episode, we're talking about fast cash, but probably not the way you're thinking of it. We're talking about liquidity. What is liquidity? Should you have it? How much should you have? So, the basic definition of liquidity is how much money you have that's easily accessible and usable. We'll say, you have money in your bank, your savings account, that's liquid, right? Because you can just go and get it and spend it, right? Money that you have, equity that you have in your home, right? That is illiquid, right? You cannot just go to your bank and say, I want that money now. I want the money today because I want to spend it today, right? You can't do that, right? So those are. And I would say one step further, another example is I have a painting from a certain artist that I think is valuable and it's worth this much. And I want to sell it, right? That's probably even harder than getting money out of your house, right? So those are probably three levels of liquidity, right? I would say you want to have the least amount of money liquid that you can tolerate, right? And you want to move your money from liquid to things like houses and stocks and bonds and CDs, because having a lot of liquid assets, although it sounds cool, could probably get you in trouble, right? Because it is easy to spend and get that money. So you want to have some, right? You want to have money to pay your bills, of course. You want money to have a little bit of fun, of course. You want an emergency fund. Definitely want that emergency fund, $1,000, $1,500. You want that to be as liquid as possible, because on the weekend when you have to, fix your car because you have to go to work on Monday, right? You don't want to have to go through a big hassle to get that money to fix your car, right? You want that to be as liquid as possible. 6 to 9 months of expenses that you have in some account, you want that to be slightly frozen, however you want to say, right? You want it to be easy to get, but not so easy that you can just walk in and take it out. The rest of your money, you want to put in assets that are illiquid, right? You want to put them in stocks and bonds and houses, right? The painting example that I gave probably is the hardest one, and probably, well, it depends on who you are. So selling a painting, right, that market is pretty hard, right? First you got to find the market in general. You have a painting of somebody who is, I would say, is not like a Van Gogh, or it's not a real famous painter, right? You have another famous painter, but not at that level, right? So you have to find the market for that painting. Who else knows this guy and knows that they are really good? Then you have to find a way to give it a value. How much is it worth? And the only way a market works is if the other side agrees to what you think the value is, right? Probably most likely you have a middleman that will say, I appraise this work. I confirm that it's from this guy. These two people want to buy it. I am an expert in the field. I'm going to value it at this much, right? Then they have to come, even if they say that's how much it's worth, the two people have to agree that that's how much they're going to pay, or they're going to sell it for. And then you have to find a way to carry out the transaction, right? You're going to give them person this painting. You have to then get your money in return. How are you going to guarantee both sides of that transaction, right? I would say markets like that are probably the hardest to turn a illiquid asset into a liquid asset. And that potentially, probably thinking about it, would probably be the best way to hold your money, right? Because it's so hard. The item holds value over a long period of time and increases, but it is super hard to make it liquid, that it might be the best way to keep your money safe in the long run, right? But finding these things, because they're rare, is hard. Probably their value is high, so the investment is a large amount of money, and potentially, most likely, there is no banking tool that you can use to get things like that. So that's probably why it's a special case. Anyway, liquidity is just how much currency, money you have available quickly, and you should limit that to only what you need so that you are not tempted to spend it because it is so easy to get. Anyway, that's this edition of the Strong Family Money Business School 101. My name is Andres. Thanks a lot. Like and share this video. Subscribe to my channel. And I will talk to you guys later.